I was sort of trying to think, is like there any race of women I wouldn't actually sleep with? And like I thought, and like the answer came down to like it all depends on personality.
Yeah, because women, all races look good as fuck. Like,
There's ugly girls in all women, all races.
definitely. I'm not saying everybody look good as fuck. I'm saying like all races got bitches that look.
Because I was watching that Vine video that Eddie like tweeted out by mistake. Eddie tweeted out like 100 sexiest.
Dude, some of those girls are fucking retardedly hot.
And I'm like, I've never seen girls that were this fine. I've never seen these females.
They're all in LA. That's where all those vines are from. You can tell it's LA. You can tell from like just the architecture.
The smog in the background.
The smog, you know, the accent.
You can tell from the plastic surgery.
Yeah, and you can tell. You can just tell it's LA, right? It's media. It's mostly LA, and there's so many hot. It's like New York. It's like London. It's like any major city like that where there's shitloads of money, shitloads of jobs. There's some fine ass fucking bitches like hanging about. Like that's just how it works, you know.
It's like, where's the barrier for that? I always said it was 7. 7 is as hot as an average girl can get, and then you go to 8, 9.
7 is good, yeah. 7 is
9s and 10s. Those are like abnormally hot. Like girls that you like get around, you automatically have an erection. It's like, oh, I didn't know this was possible.
I consider anything about like anything that I call a 9 or above, 9 or 10 are the kind of girls that you see them and they kind of rob you a bit of breath. Like you're kind of like just like, oh, like they're that hot, and you can't, no matter what you do, you can't actually stop looking at them. They're so attractive, you just can't help but look at them.
That usually ends with a restraining order.
It's just like
in my case, this accent
bullshitting like all the time. Like your girlfriend most likely is not above a 7, for the most part. Like because that's the barometer.
Whose girlfriend?
Anybody.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Oh.
I personally think my wife's a 9. All right.
Oh my God! You might tell her she's.
I will knock you to out. Okay. All right. I will fucking floor you. That's it.
Tell her she's a 9, but like she's nowhere close to a 9.
Wow, rip savage.
She's beautiful.
I mean, like, but beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Let's go down the Disney kind of route here.
I'll tell you a funny story. Can I tell you a funny story about a 9, right, that I met? So it's the second day of university for me. I've gone into town like the campus is like in town, out of town, on a different campus, all that kind of stuff. So I've gone into town and I'm with this girl that would later become my girlfriend, right? I would say she's about an 8. She looks like Scarlett Johansson, but with a bigger rack, right? She's pretty attractive. But she's blonde, and I'm normally into brunettes. She says, I'm going to go meet my friend. She's my flatmate, right? And we're waiting at the bus stop, and this girl gets off the bus. And her and I see each other, and we both just kind of just, like, to be fair, it was mutual. Like, we were both just kind of like, like, that person's pretty hot. And the girl next to me goes, this is my friend, right? So I'm like, I'm already kind of, you know, I'm kind of messing with one, and then like her best mate gets off the bus, and she is like a 9. And
that was a friend.
Yeah, it was an actual friend. It wasn't just the uni friend. She knew her from before uni. She got off the bus, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
No, I'm talking about the girl that you knew beforehand.
No, she wasn't a friend. No, but I was kind of like, you know, first night of uni, you go out to a club or something, and you hook up or whatever. Like, it was crazy. This girl was crazy hot. Like, it was retarded.
Let's all tweet that. Are you live, Eddie? Or
no. White boy is though.
So yeah,
and I couldn't. I actually couldn't stop myself from looking at her. She was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
There's a couple girls that come into the shop I have to remind myself not to stare at, because you know I value my job and not having a sexual harassment suit. They walk in there and you're like, hold on. How can I help you?
Yeah. What can I do for you today?
What can I do for you today? What can I do to you today? I meant do for you today.
What can I do you for? What can I do you for today, baby?
And then there are people that walk into that shop, and after they leave, we look at each other and go, "What do you think, meth?" or crack, and then usually the response is we're in the upstate, so it's meth. Because this is the meth central of South Carolina, man. There is so much meth in this area, it's not even funny.
That's because of Clemson.
Oh, when I lived out on Q Street, the alphabet streets where the ghetto is, you can actually tell the lower in the alphabet, the better the area looks.
No lie about Kelly's Alphabet Street home.
Dude,
I went over there and you could smell the meth lab.
Dude,
Like, you literally could smell like a meth lab.
I was in the middle of doing a video, and all I heard was like ATF. What are they? The folks that have they're police officers more or less, but they are over the entire federal marshals. Federal marshals, drug and all that stuff. They were hauling ass down Q Street to get to J Street to fucking get a meth lab. They had found a meth lab, and I'm like, this is the street I live on, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't really have. I think we do have meth in this country, but it's nowhere near the epidemic that it is in the States.
Did you hear about a homeless couple living in Walmart and they made a meth lab in Walmart and they were successful for a little bit? Like, that's insane.
In the store.
In the store.
And also in Mall of America, they had like 6,000 weed plants, like just taken off of the electricity from the mall. It was a great cover. I don't know how they covered the smell, but
What the fuck?
I always thought like I would live in a Target. Like you just move one of the basketball, the basketball courts. They're in
Holy
these big
shit.
boxes. You move a few of those around.
I thought you guys were fucking with me.
No.
They literally had a meth lab in the bathroom of a Walmart.
Yes.
How did they
Isn't
pull
making
that?
meth like really dangerous?
Who the fuck works at this Walmart?
I guess it was like a
Meth heads.
bathroom stall or something.
But doesn't a janitor go around and
You
does
pay
this
that-
shit every night? Like,
You pay that janitor enough money on the side, he will look the other way. Especially
it was a homeless couple. I don't think they would
selling meth.
have enough money to even the startup money to fucking pay them off.
I technically, like, I'm looking at the meth lab. It's like a mixture of like coffee cup things and like gallons of milk and shit.
Yeah.
And like, there's a few beakers there.
This is that's crazy.
When I lived in Tennessee, because I lived in Tennessee for a couple months, I worked at Exide Batteries. About 6 months after I left Tennessee, they got busted for having a meth lab in the fucking plant. And that's a battery plant, like one of the biggest like suppliers of batteries, vehicle batteries in the world. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy.
And the sad part is I knew the person too. The person that they busted, I knew him. I worked with him for damn near 3 months.
What's weird about making drugs is like cocaine costs nothing to produce. Like it's retarded. It's a bunch of leaves put through like a chemical process. That's about it. Like that it is the way they do it in like when Coke first came about. Like it's in that show, the Netflix show
Narcos. Yeah.
They just like put tarpaulin down and they show how like they make it, and they make like a brick of cocaine, just like street value of like $2 million or something, and it's just like the easiest thing in the world. I'm like, that's crazy, man, and that's only that valuable because they control the supply. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Like the cost is like moving the shit, like getting that shit to the States or wherever.
Well, they say in the show like this goes for $10 here. What it's gonna go for 100 in Miami, easy, and that's what kind of starts it all off.
Because where Pablo from, cocaine is like fucking. Like
They chew coca leaves.
Yeah.
They just that's the thing that the people that live in the mountains do. Like they just chew coca leaves. That's it.
You can buy them here, I think, and chew on them. Like, I don't know. There's something where you can.
I don't know if this is true, but did
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola
It's in Coca-Cola.
No,
It's not anymore. It used to be.
Originally, Coca-Cola was made from the coquina plant.
No, they still
It's
use the
still
leaves.
in
there.
They're,
No, it's not.
they're the number one producer of cocaine. I'm pretty sure. There's something.
Not
I
in,
saw it on Twitter.
Cocaine is not in Coca-Cola.
No,
I'm
but they use the
positive it's
leaves.
still in
It
there.
wasn't until about 1937 or something like that. Look it up.
Just gonna say, if it still is, that explains why Jordy likes Coca-Cola so much.
That's why it's called Coca-Cola.
Dude, I found something better than Coca-Cola.
You did not. You are a liar.
It's Pepsi. It's vanilla cherry Pepsi.
You are now a raging, steaming liar because there's nothing with Pepsi that tastes good.
Vanilla cherry Pepsi is really good. Now, I agree. Like, you eat some chips, you eat some McDonald's French fries, Coca-Cola, it just, I don't know, something with the salt. Coca-Cola.
It's perfectly flavored. Like, Coca-Cola is real grimy and gritty and has way too much sugar, whereas Coca-Cola goes down smooth.
My shit was,
I would always choose root beer over Coca-Cola if I lived in the States, without fail.
Yeah.
Root beer gets an aftertaste really quickly. Like, it's really good, like 3 or 4 times in rapid succession, but after that, you kind of like,
I love root beer.
kind of start burping. And you start
Have you ever
tasting
had a root beer float, Eddie?
Oh,
Yeah. I've been to the States a couple of times, and like my family knew that I loved root beer, so they like took me out for all that stuff. So
Dude,
it's great.
Sprecher root beer from Milwaukee. It's the best of the best. I'm not saying it because I'm from Milwaukee. It is
You also
so.
said the Brewers were a good baseball team.
They are a good baseball team. They're not, they're not the best baseball team. They're a decent team. We had.
Okay, should we get sports talk out of the way early, right? Because normally that's late in the show. Let's get it out of the way early.
Let's get the fucking Hound coming back to Game of Thrones.
All right. We can talk about that.
How about that?
Well, I know you got.
I'm glad I called it. I called it, and I've been saying it, and I was fucking right. Everyone didn't believe me.
Hound coming back. That's what I said.
After last week's show, and Eddie mentioned that about the Gravedigger, I went back and read it, and I was like, God damn it, he's right.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Oddly enough.
Yeah. What about me?
Right.
No, you were right too. You were right too.
I mean,
My point was against the people who read the books, and they're like, "Oh, I know that he's not coming back." I'm like, "No, you don't."
It would have been a perfect end for the Hound, though. It would have been perfect for him because he had such a violent life.
Yeah, but he's the guy that, like, he went through the test of fire against Gondarian or whatever his name is, and like the Lord of Light clearly has a plan for him. He's gonna end up at Winterfell at some point, killing fucking Ramsay Bolton's people. I guarantee it. That's what
I see him killing the mountain or protecting Arya somehow.
He's not going to go back to King's Landing. I don't think he's going to stay in the.
It's going to be what the
That's
fuck?
a question.
A trial by combat.
How many people die during a standard showing of Game of Thrones?
It depends
Well,
on
one episode or a season?
Yeah, right.
Episode.
Like a main character? I mean, there's death all the time. There's people getting.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
wars.
talking about like somebody they've actually put writing into. Like they have more than 3 lines.
I think they said that they killed like 150 main characters or something. Like
Like twice a season at least, at the very least.
Yeah, and sometimes
are
like
big
loads
characters.
in one moment.
Yeah. And if anyone's saying, "Oh, Game of Thrones," dude, I'm rewatching it for the second time, and it's so much better the second time around.
It's so good. It's so good.
Because
I
you're
watched
picking up
it last
context.
I still haven't got an HBO Go account. Nobody wants to hit me up with a password.
Somebody hook a brother up. Somebody hook.
I was told I'd be hooked up at least 3 times on this podcast show. I've still not got hooked up.
You will watch the first 2 episodes and you'll be like, right, if I can catch up if I don't sleep for 6 days. That sounds like a good idea. And
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, like
It's so
rewatching it, I am catching up little things like Bear Island had no significance to me before, and there's this guy who.
John Mormont.
I just don't want to get to another show like Lost. Like I was really
It's not gonna
into
do that.
Lost.
No,
And
like-
another thing about rewatching it is like
And then I realized it's like an hour show of nothing.
Wings Lost was so good until they got like desperate. I don't know what happened. Like
I got bored right
they
around
had
when they found the
ideas.
bunker. I got bored when they found the fucking bunker in like season 2.
See, what they didn't do enough of in Lost is they didn't do enough of the secret, spooky stuff, right? They didn't make good on the Dharma Initiative turned out to be fucking lame, right? But like in the first 2 seasons when they're hinting like, oh, it felt like a lost civilization that you'd never seen. And like, they explained it away into, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of scientists trying to figure out what's right with the island. Turns out they all die pretty quick. And then that's it. right? But they should show you like the weird experiments that they're doing. Like,
You know, hook me
that
along.
show would have worked better if it was like almost like Outer Limits or something like that, something really spooky.
But Hook Me and Lost was like their plane got attacked by a giant monster. It was like pushing trees down, and then like there's like 16 episodes that nobody even talks about it anymore. It's not like, remember that thing that pushed our plane apart and like broke down trees? We should probably protect the water hole. No, it's like, hey, would you like cantaloupes? This guy used to walk, and he used to be in a wheelchair. Now he can walk.
I say Lost kept my attention to like season 4.
Yeah, I watched it to the end, but it wasn't good for the last 2 seasons.
Oh my god! I couldn't even watch it to the end. I'm like, oh come on! The plot twist just got crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's like Prison Break after season 2. Like, what the fuck am I watching this show for? Like,
Honestly, white boy, it just felt like when I started watching Walking Dead, it just felt like watching Lost all over again. For some reason, it felt like Lost.
Walking Dead fell off hard. Season 3, 4. There was a season, 2 seasons. They were like just staying at the prison.
Dead fell off in season 2.
Now,
I gave it season 3.
Me and Kelly just read the last comic, and dude, the comics are good, and you can see it progressing faster. Like, Game of Thrones kind of had the same thing for me a little bit. Like, whoa, let me explain it.
Okay,
like,
go ahead.
If you watch season 1 and you watch this last season, things are progressing super fast. But like midway in Game of Thrones, it was like nothing was happening. They led up to this Stannis war. I don't want to spoil anything, but like there's this big war coming. Oh, the one true king, blah blah blah. And then it's like the war sucked.
Yeah, the war was like 2 episodes.
The Stannis War, right?
Yeah.
That war was ass. I think they just wanted, his army out of there, like out of this whole storyline. That really was a disappointment.
Yeah,
and that was like near the end, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they was gonna do that, they could have did that in fucking episode 6 or some shit. That was like episode 8, 9, something like that.
This last episode, I see a lot of people like in Game of Thrones, like that. Some people saying they don't like it, and I'm just like, whenever people criticize Game of Thrones, I'm just like,
do you read storyline? Do you look at the storyline?
How can you be bored by this? Like, think of one shit acting performance in the show. You can't. There isn't one.
Yo, the storyline is so good, Eddie. It's like I'm satisfied with no one dying. I'm satisfied with just having pictures in my head of what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? They setting shit up. They're setting shit up right now. I want to ask y'all a question though.
Yeah.
What's your favorite episode so far? I know it's a lot of episodes, but what's your favorite episode so far?
This season?
Not this season, just period.
Mine's the one that Hodor dies in. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure that's gonna be my favorite.
That was a good one.
It's either Hard Home, where Jon battles the White Walkers and saves the wildlings.
Okay.
It's either that one, or it's probably, remember ages ago where Arya was like working for Tywin Lannister at Casterly Rock?
I just rewatched that.
Like one of those episodes where she first meets the Faceless Man, or she rescues that whole storyline of her rescuing the Faceless Man and her at Casterly Rock was fucking amazing. So it's probably one of those two. Like there's like 4 or 5 episodes where she's there, and they're all great. And I can't really pick one, but that I would say is one of my favorite storylines. Like in totality, I think it was great.
I just rewatched that, and I've been thinking, like, a boy needs to make a YouTube video. A man needs to do this. And I've been thinking, like, I have no fucking name or whatever. Best episode? I like when the dragons first kill this fucking... the creepy dude. The bald guy. You know
the Tower of Mirrors or something?
No, the House of Horrors, maybe?
The House of...
Unliving.
The House of the Unliving, yeah.
I like that one. It was just recently I saw it, and it was just, you see the little
the guy that was he was 100%. I don't know who robbed who, but he was on Metal Gear Solid. His name was Psycho Phantom.
Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Game of Thrones like, that's Psycho Mantis. Get the fuck out of here.
Did they do the whole storyline where Sam leaves the wall and goes around to take the girl, and they stop in Bravos?
That's happening right now.
Yeah, it's happening now. Yeah.
Okay. I
No.
didn't know where they were in the progression of that.
So one of the big storylines that is in the books a lot more than it is in the show, and I couldn't believe they didn't do it earlier. And they've kind of merged two characters. So spoilers for the show, Kelly, but Cold Hands in the show has only turned up in this season, not last episode, the one before. And in the show, at least, Cold Hands is Benjen Stark. Okay, that's in the show, though.
That's in the show, though.
That's in the show, and Martin has said before that Cold Hands isn't Benjen Stark, but in the show he is. So what I think that happened is that when they talk, because obviously the showrunners talked to Martin like where he's going, the outline of the show. I think he said, "Well, I'm going to have plans for Cold Hands. I'm going to have plans for Benjen Stark, and they're going to be different." And the showrunners were like, "We'll just make him the same person. We don't have the screen time to do that. You're writing a novel, right?" So they just compiled him. I don't think that's going to be the same in the books. But Cold Hands, that character, Benjen Stark, the guy that rescues Bran and what's-her-face, the girl, after Hold the Door, right?
Yeah.
Like, that character has been in the books for ages by this point. He's the guy that, you know when Sam kills the White Walker and they're where he first meets the girl because she's the daughter of the guy that lives there, you know, the guy that fucks all his own daughters or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's Cold Hands that rescues them.
Yeah.
It's not John, it's Cold Hands in the books. So I've known about Cold Hands for fucking ages, and I'm like, I cannot believe they have not put a guy, right? Because in the show he doesn't ride a moose either. In the books he rides around on a giant fucking moose and just wrecks it, like non-stop wreckage. He's like the Hound, but like supernatural and super badass. Like
half human.
Well, they don't know what he is. What they've done with Benjen is they've made
Benjen,
they did that. But in the books, you don't know. You don't know what he is.
What he is.
Oh, that his only thing is he hates White Walker.
Like he's a White Walker, but
kind of and not.
Yeah, like he's one of the
something
kings.
in between.
He's one of the
He's something in between.
type of people.
He's maintained his humanity, and in the books it's hinted that Cold Hands is fucking old, like really old, from like a previous war with the White Walkers, like from the first time they invaded. Like it's hinted he's from there, but I really wanted Benjen Stark to come back for so long, and he's not been in the books. He's still not in the books, right? So he's in the show before he's in the books. So sorry to bore all you people who don't care about Game of Thrones, but I wanted that character back because he's back.
He's talked about a lot in the books.
Yeah.
My favorite, I know. I keep hearing about Cold Hands and shit, and they're like, "Oh, he's back. He's Benjen Stark." But my favorite episode, right? White Boy, almost. It's that same area where you were talking. Is when the dude was talking shit about Khaleesi. This is one of them. Remember when she sold him the dragon for the
that arrogant, balding, fat white guy?
Oh god.
No, the skinny, bald head guy. He was the leader. He was the one that trained the Unsullied.
Oh.
Remember she handed Drogon to him?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then she told him and then she started speaking in Dothraki or whatever, and then he was like, "Oh shit, she knows how to speak this language and shit."
Oh, yeah, he's shit talking her. He's shit talking her in a language he doesn't think she knows.
She heard all of it, and then she told the dragon to burn him. Oh my god, I love that shit. Khaleesi always ends episodes with a bang.
Yeah.
And, my second, this is probably my favorite one. Not Hard Home. This is when they were at the wall. And then John and what's his name?
Sam?
Oh, the guy that they hung, they killed him because
Oh yeah, him. Oh fuck, what is his name?
Lord Commander?
It's the guy who wants to be Lord Commander, and John gets chosen ahead of him.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Soralister, some shit like that. Anyway, when John told them, when he was like, all right, you man the wall, I'll go down and help Soralister. And then he went down the elevator, and then that music came. Oh my God, that fucking episode was great. But my favorite character was Tyrion Lannister till this season. He's just
He's not doing a lot.
a
just
talker.
yet.
Yeah.
He's not doing an awful lot.
Has he started traveling with the circus?
They cut that storyline out.
What?
Yeah, so you don't know about that. There's a whole nother. Kelly, there's so many characters that they don't know about that I don't want to mention. So basically,
See, a book, we gotta get all that shit in an hour, man.
Yeah.
A book is like never ending.
So Kelly, for example, they don't know about the guy with the. They don't know about the guy who dyes his hair.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
That character is not in the show. Okay.
He's
I know.
I know.
But he's not in the show, so you can't ruin it. So, like, how they navigate that is like, he gets split up at the market with Varys, and then Jorah Mormont kidnaps him and takes him to Khaleesi in the show, right? And they go via Valyria and they fight some stone men, and that's it. Right, the whole circus thing is completely cut out. Everyone who's important in it is not in the show yet. So I know you're like, what the fuck? But there's a bigger character that hasn't been in the show that you won't fucking believe isn't in the show. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, so that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah,
Which the guy who is there with the guy who dyes blonde hair, or are we talking somebody else?
no, this is somebody else. I'll put it this way: the person that what's Arya's wolf called?
I have no clue.
Oh shit.
Numeria, or whatever her name is, right?
Yeah.
The person that Numeria finds isn't in the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say, rest in peace to Prince, Muhammad Ali, Kimbo, and Gordie Howe died today too.
I know who all the first three are.
Gordie Howe is a beast hockey player. That's Gordie Howe is a beast. They say he was like the greatest of all time, and he died today and shit.
I think that would be Wayne Gretzky, but yeah.
2016.
Yeah, but Gordie Howe was the one who, paved the way for great.
Before we leave Game of Thrones talk, and RIP to all, it's great. I watched a lot of Muhammad Ali highlights, and it was fun. And he's just like a great trash talker. Great trash talker. I love it.
I seen a video where a guy named Mosley pulled a pistol out and tried to shoot at Muhammad Ali, but he shot blanks at him.
Yeah, in a casino, and then the guy started playing he shot him, and then he shot at himself to say it's a blank gun, and then he went back to play craps or some shit. Absolutely crazy the time.
That's fucking crazy.
I didn't see that.
Literally, Muhammad Ali was on his bus talking shit, and then he came to the casino where the guy was losing at craps. He was playing craps and losing a lot of money, and Muhammad Ali's right there talking shit. They scared to fight him, and he pulls out this pistol and he shoots at Muhammad Ali.
Was Muhammad Ali bitching?
He ran.
Oh shit!
Now,
I didn't see that at all.
Julio thinks there's dragons in the wall, and the wall was made by dragons.
What the fuck?
He wanted me to throw that out there.
What wall? The wall? The
Lord Commander.
Wall of the North, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the name Julio, I think about Mexican food and how good it is. I'm just saying,
are you kidding me?
Julio's a real spicy name. It's it sounds like a spicy chicken dish.
Julio chicken.
Chipotle burrito.
Julio
if someone came to you and you were like, yo, this is Julio chicken, you'd assume it was hot, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's you'd assume it has a nice flavor with a little kick to it.
Well, you can't rule that out though. The dragons thing.
Well, I'm gonna have me a white kid named Julio, just to fuck everybody up.
Julio always makes you think of when I worked at Electrolux, man. We used to make this joke in the middle of the night when we were on third shift. I would yell Julio to one of my Puerto Rican friends, and he would just yell it back. And it came from Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys remember the card game Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Of course.
I was never into any of these.
No, no.
I was a master.
Like Pokemon,
I wasn't a sissy.
Fuck you guys. Yu-Gi-Oh is a shit.
I never played it, man. Magic was where it was at. But just one night, when in the middle of the night when we were all bored, I'm like, yo, what if we make this card game based off of Yu-Gi-Oh and just call it Julio, and have like the three-headed blue-eyed Chihuahua, and just go on from there. And randomly in the middle of the night, one of us would yell Julio. It just, yeah. Third
Hey,
shift,
Zord,
man.
Zord, some guy was like, Jive is rude. He called the guest a scumbag. Last episode, I'm like, oh.
Last episode, I got called dumb so many different times because I said what everybody was thinking.
I'm like, these guys just don't know that we talk all the time. I know you and this and that. And the guy, they said you looked uncomfortable or something. I'm like, oh my God, shut the fuck up.
I probably had to fart. I mean, let's just
Right. Like, I'm like,
like,
oh, me and Zord talk all the fucking time. Like, I just was like,
I don't even remember you
scumbag.
calling me a scumbag, man.
I
It's
don't
about
remember
something stupid.
when I did, but I probably did. I do that with White Boy all the time.
It was like you
People are
watched.
used to it now. When I used to do it with White Boy, like at the beginning, man, y'all should get this guy off the show. He's calling White Boy a scumbag, and White Boy don't say nothing about it and shit. But the people do. Now they're used to it. They're like, oh.
No, the people, I have trained them very well to protect White Boy under any circumstances and under any situation, under any attack. They have my back, and
What
That's-
the fuck is this?
My mods are savage too, man. Anybody like when they're awake, keyword when they're awake in my chat, somebody comes in
When they're awake.
fat or something like that. I just get this list of people going, "You must have a sad, pathetic life. Do you have something else better to do?" I don't even have to do anything.
Why do that though?
Because they have
Switch, man.
Yeah,
Switch
like-
chat is AIDS. Twitch, sorry, chatters, sorry.
And what do they? And they'll whisper to you, "Why was I banned? All I said was you were fat." Like what makes them think they could come in a chat? This guy fucking sucks. He's a dumbass. What?
No, to be fair, Twitch chat is good after a few. You have to ban a few people after a few months of streaming, and the regulars come in. They understand the lingo. They understand everything. Then it gets really good.
Yeah.
But like, if
In
you're
my
just
case, you
starting,
got to ban a good 600 people. But yeah,
yeah, Wings knows what it's like.
my
you got to
theory-
weed out the assholes.
My theory is if you're gonna come in and talk shit to me, I just say straight up, listen, if you're gonna call me fat, just take some time, come up with a better insult, and then come back to me with something. Because if you're gonna call me fat, get in line. I've been called fat since second grade. Okay, it's nothing new, you know.
I get people calling me fat. It's
Not bad.
Hey, that's
I know.
That's the British people in you.
yeah, that's all the Europeans like. Oh my god, dude, look at this
You
fat
fat
bastard.
cunt.
Yeah, they call you a cunt, a fat cunt.
So there's loads of shit that's happened. So Whiteboy, do you want to tell us why you were unverified? Is this a conspiracy against the gold medal champ?
Hold on. He was unverified?
I got unverified on YouTube. Now, there's a lot of conspiracies. We just don't know what the truth is. I got unverified. Drifter got unverified. T Martin got unverified. Ali A is still verified, and Call of Duty is unverified. So what
Wings of Redemption still verified. Subscribe today.
So I did a lot of research. I did a lot of work, and I was putting the pieces to the puzzle together. And what I've discovered is all of us who have got unverified directly went against supply drops. Now, the people who are with the Activision agenda, not saying that some of those people aren't with them, but you know they have protested against supply drops and said they were bullshit. And I
So what? Like,
I-
what
at
is
the
it
end-
taking verification away? What does that even do to you? Like, removes your check mark? Like, what does verification do?
It's a warning. I think it's a warning to things to come. Activision is very powerful. Who knows if Fwiz is involved with Active? You know, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we just don't know, and it's scary. Now, I heard it was a glitch. I heard it was a bug. I heard it was from Activision directly. So, It's up in the air at this point now. Drifter wants to ruin the fun and said it was a bug and glitch, and Fwiz confirmed it. Yeah, but why us? It's a mystery.
Why COD people?
It's a mystery. So,
I'd ask around.
The Illuminati is very powerful, man. The Call of Duty behind the scenes Illuminati. I'm scared. Like, I'm going to E3.
They couldn't control the banks. They decided to control supply drops instead.
If you're against that money, that cash cow.
You know, David Von der Hart is a money grubber to the point that he is now making crypto key, achievements that you can get throughout the game.
I think it has very little to do with Von. I think a lot of the people who made...
I think it has very little to do with Treyarch, and you see them get called Payarch and all this other shit, and it's like, I don't think they wanted the shit in the game to begin with.
They didn't. I really don't think they did.
I was going to say that too.
But at the same time, as much as people hate the supply drops, I love the supply drop weapons because it makes me excited to open those boxes.
I just wish they would give them out a little bit freaking more.
Yeah, but if you were guaranteed everything there, the excitement would be gone.
Just the ratio would be a lot better.
They're
not
just evil, dude. It's
75.
just gambling for kids. That's all they are. They're just
gambling. Right. I don't agree with the money aspect to it, but like if they had that system in without being able to pay for it, I would still enjoy the system.
Yeah, I agree. Like they have it in H1Z1 where if you get top 5 in a game, you get this elite mystery bag, and it could have some pretty cool stuff in it. Like I got this nice set of goggles that you can put over your glasses. You get a tie-dye shirt.
I don't think the supply drop system is the problem itself. I think the fact that they charge money for it is the problem itself. And then you got to go down to the level like, how does that affect you? You don't have to buy it.
But that's the very reason why they... No, you don't have to buy it, but there's items in there that change...
It's obviously cheating people because of the items in there are next to worthless. Or I think I've seen somebody theorize that the items individually are worth something like 2 cents a piece, but they're getting charged $2.
It's quite right. So people also complain about Overwatch loot drops, right? And this just blows my mind. They're just purely cosmetic, dude, and you can get them. There's infinite levels in the game. You can keep prestiging. That's how you get them, as you go up a level. People are complaining about them like it's unfair in a full price game, and I'm like, but it's for stupid costumes. You can't even see them. You can't see them as the player. It has zero effect on you.
So enemies can't see that you got a McCree that's a cool cowboy?
I've got the cowboy skin for that. I've got the coolest skin in the game I got for a guy called Hanzo. And he's like a...
Yasuo. Hasaki?
No, not him, not Genji.
Okay.
His brother, Hanzo, the guy with the bow and arrow. He's got one costume where he's just got a white wolf headdress and cape, and it's all white, and his ultimate, instead of being 2 dragons, is 2 white wolves. And I'm like, he looks so cool, it's retarded. He's one of the worst characters in the game, but his skin is top 3 in the game. And I got it the other day, just out of one that I didn't pay for. Just there you go.
Can you sell that?
Jive is so bored. He's like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Shit.
I want to say, what's the alternative? The alternative is they charge games to the inflated price it should have been. Games have been $60 since I was a little boy. I'm 30 years old now. They're still $60.
That's a good
Everything else in life went up with inflation. Games decided to take that cost and push it off to other things, DLC, microtransactions, different things of that nature. And even if you want to buy that COD points, you say you want to spend, $20 on COD points this week instead of buying another game, you're still supporting the studio that made that game, so they'll make future games that which you like. The only problem I have with the supply drops as a whole is that it's marketed to little kids.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with it.
The point about inflation is really good, and I think to counter it, you could simply do what CSGO is doing and have tradable skins that are worth actual money instead of putting $2 per crate and getting a fucking calling card.
I think in a vacuum, that's a wonderful idea, Whiteboard, but here's the problem. Activision has used Call of Duty as a prop up for all its other failures for so long that it needs the extra revenue to keep operating.
I don't
Like
think
Sony with the PlayStation.
it has
Right.
a few really good games under its belt.
Right now,
Skylanders-
it's got Destiny and other things under its belt right now. But like, how many failures have you not played?
I don't even know what the favorite.
How many games did they come out with last year? You don't know. Back in
Just
the
don't know.
well, back in like the 360 and PS3 days, they were putting out like 60 games a year under different studios, and it's like
Is there
not
a
all those were,
publisher?
not all of those were, made their money back, and like they used Call of Duty's excess sales to help pay for those looking for that next sleeper hit. At the end of the day, video games are a business. I mean, as much as you want to, draw for the love of drawing, you eventually got to put food on the table too.
Yeah, but you can put food on the table through games like Overwatch that don't affect like how the game plays. You can do that, and you can not fuck people over.
But like I said, I think they're fucking people over out of necessity instead of desire.
They
No,
would
products
make
can
more
always
money.
be good for the consumer. That it's not. The Call of Duty
If
supply
Battlefield
drops
1
Agreed.
is a hit,
Disagreed.
you will see Infinite Warfare have a much kinder supply drop system this upcoming year.
Battlefield 1, the trailer's coming out in 2 days.
If that's a hit, you will see Infinite Warfare do a 360 on their supply drops.
It's undeniable. It's got to be the best game. You can deny it because we haven't seen much.
It's
But-
undeniably going to be Battlefield's biggest payday
Yes.
from
I think
launch.
that's true. I think that's fair enough.
Oh, whoa! Did y'all hear about Kit Harington for Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, he's playing the bad guy in a game that no one will play. He's in the game in the part that much less people play, which is the campaign, and he plays the bad guy, and it's Infinite Warfare.
Right.
That's Jon Snow, correct?
yes.
Like Kevin Spacey was in one of the recent ones.
Advanced Warfare.
I mean, what that didn't do
Advanced
that
Warfare's campaign was better than Black Ops 3, even though I think Black Ops 3 is a better game.
Advanced Warfare campaign was better than Advanced Warfare.
much.
It was.
Advanced Warfare's campaign's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I'm not gonna lie, I heard it was good.
Somebody in the chat says Keemstar's losing subscribers. Is there any truth behind this?
There's a lot of truth behind this,
Yes.
and the White Boy Report is on it.
Well, can we get a preview?
So, breaking news: Keemstar reveals personal information about Pyro Cynical. Now, he's saying these photos were public. Pyro's saying these photos were just on his Facebook. Pyro's a guy who values his privacy very much. He never showed his face. And then Keemstar's leaking this information. Well, they say Keemstar's leaking it. I don't know if he leaked it. Maybe someone else leaked it. Then Keemstar, it's public information then, which I don't know if that's... What if one person tweets, two followers tweets Keemstar, here's Pyro Cynical. It is public information, but then Keemstar tweeting it makes it 1,000 billion times more public. So in response, Pyro Cynical just rips into Keemstar, does a little expose video, not about of his things in the past, but just how he handles his business and this and that. He says unsubscribe to Keemstar, subscribe to Scarce if you want some news from somebody
Oh,
that's
wow.
a rat in the community. And Leafy takes Keemstar out of his sub box. Leafy and Keemstar just went to Nashville together, working on some big project that I just never replied to Keemstar on. I think he wanted to get me involved, but we never linked up. Anyways, so Leafy's out the sub box. Keemstar is getting exposed by Pyro Cynical, and I think Ray Day Under A mentioned Keemstar as doing something shady, and he's working on an exposed video. Keemstar takes to Stream Me yesterday. He's kind of breaking down, he's kind of freaking out, he's kind of playing the victim card. We just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And yeah, basically, Armor's coming back.
And it will blow over this time next week. It will be regular drama alert.
This is
regular
the
this.
fucking, like the a lot of people in this call, or a lot of people watching this, or a lot of people who are unsubscribing from Keem, they don't have any personal experience with the guy. Keem is relatively untouchable. There's no such thing as like bad press for him. I mean, he's withstood just about everything that the internet can throw at him, other than being caught with like child porn. But he's not into child porn. I could just let you know that right now. Obviously, I know him. I think in reality, like he's a very ambitious person, and I think he's just kind of, you know, he lives in this environment that's like covering news or drama or whatever, and I just think to a certain extent, I think this might be the first time that he's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is ridiculous. And I know that he wants to do other things. I mean, I don't think I'm saying something that he wouldn't want me to say, but like he's got plans to do loads of other different things with his life. So I think at some point you have to assume that someone who's ambitious and wants to do other things is going to look for a way out, I think. I don't know if this is it. I don't know. Like, I'm sure, like I saw a video up on Drama Alert, the vlog, where he's like, I'm tired, I'm old, I've been fighting this for a long time. I'm sure that is totally genuine. Like, I'm sure he is just like, it's a lot of work doing that job. It's not a very popular job for a lot of people, but it's actually a lot of work. It really is. And I'm sure he's just like, I just want to I want to do something else. I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure he's like, fuck these people who wanted to work with me on a project and then take me out of their sub box. Like, fuck these people, no loyalty, all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure he's just like, sick of it.
There's theories. Leafy recorded some private thing between him and Keemstar exposing something. These are just rumors. I can't vouch for that. This is just, I mean, people in Twitch or StreamMe chat just saying shit like that. But I can agree, like, it does, like, when you're just fighting and counter-punching back and forth and always in the drama like Keem is, and, I mean, I was kind of recently in it, and, I mean, for a while, my whole YouTube career, it seems like there's always been some kind of drama. It does get tiring, like, you see the same fucking things over and over, and then there's people coming at, like, every little thing you do, and Keem on his stream was talking about, like, how he can't say anything. Like, he has 7 years of backlog, like, content, and if he says something, like, he gave the example about if clickbaiting's wrong. Well, Keemstar's clickbaited before. We all have. He's got to get exposed for that. Or if he says gay people are great, there's got to be something that he said gay people suck. You know, it's just like, whatever it is, it's going to, like, he always gets attacked. And it does, I mean, to me, like, I know I have very thick skin. I'm sure, everybody here has a degree of thick skin, and it doesn't bother you that much. But sometimes, like, if it's just, that's all you're getting, it does kind of get to you after a while. Because you want to see people's feedback on your video or what you created. And when the comments are, when the comments are just all negative or about something unrelated, it's like, okay, like, you keep scrolling, and then you get fucking tired of scrolling looking for the nice comments. But go ahead, Winks.
I have 3,935 videos over 8 years.
Damn.
And somehow, only a couple things actually ever stick to me. Like, like the Syndicate 1v1 or Rock Bottom, which I recently took the Rock Bottom video off the internet. And I don't take that as an excuse that you can't say anything because of your backlog. If you're a genuine person and you generally believe in the message that you're putting forth and you're not flip-flopping, there's nothing to have the backlog on you. Like, there's things that I've changed my mind on, which if somebody came back and said, you know, you said this at this point an example, the rebel flag. Probably about 5 years ago, I was an advocate for, like, it meaning Southern heritage. But until different things happened, I actually looked further in depth. Look at Jai's eyes. I looked further in depth, and I educated myself more about the Civil War, because when I made that statement, I didn't know very much about the war itself. I didn't know what was fought over. I knew that the North and the South fought, and the North won. I knew the basics, but I didn't go watch Ken Burns' documentary. I didn't read other articles on it. I didn't, see other sides and take a look at both sides of it. And that changed my thing. Education changed my opinion. And yes, and I will say that if somebody throws it in my face, like, Jordy exposed on the rebel flag, I'd be like, all I did was educate myself better, and I changed my opinion based off the education. To say that, if you had an opinion change and it was from a negative to a positive, nobody's going to call you out on it. But if it's on a negative thing that you automatically go positive, just explain it. That's all you got to do. You could say shit with a backlog of videos as long as you're authentic.
Let me jump in here. Sorry to cut you off, Eddie, because I thought the same thing too when he first said that on his stream, and then he followed it up by saying, like, for a while he was trolling. For a while he was like being the worst person, like evil Keemstar, as he.
I don't give a fuck. I don't believe that word troll.
Oh, no. Okay. Trust me, trolling. There's some. I say things
Look
about
at
Call
every
of Duty.
tweet the white boy replies to 8 Thoughts with. That's trolling. Right?
Trolling.
Every tweet that fucking white boy says to Drifter, it's a fucking conspiracy.
And the Battlefield people.
There's a difference between trolling and just being like, well, you're a stupid nigger. Like,
but you know what that's from, right? You know that video, you know what that's from.
He's done it multiple times. He's also done it in private. I've known Keemstar longer than you have, Eddie. I know you've done a podcast with him, but I dealt with this motherfucker for 3 years on a personal level. Like, the dude I remember is a terrible person that you probably shouldn't leave children around.
Damn, that's bad.
He has kids himself.
You mean
I understand he has kids.
You mean influencing his influence on the
right?
children.
He's not a child molester. No, I'm talking about like he's not a person you want your kids to be or to look up to or take advice from. You just want them to not know that kind of person.
I don't think he purports to be a role model. I think his whole thing is that he is a divisive figure. He's a polemicist. Maybe that's giving him a bit too much credit, but I don't think so. I think his whole thing is like, I'm gonna say something that will make you have an opinion about me strongly in one way or another. Like, that's the whole persona of Keemstar. Like, he called himself Keemstar, right? It's not the measured, my name's Eddie the Chump. I've got, fairly rational views on everything. Let me tell you all about them. That's not him. That's not the persona. But that's why he is much bigger than me. Is because
the reason he's much bigger than you is because he flings shit at the wall until something sticks, and something did.
No,
before this, he had the FAGs.
He's more appealing to the people that matter. He's more appealing. He's more like that controversial, like that whole like savage thing, right? Calling people savages and stuff like that, and like roasting and all that stuff. That's the internet generation. That's the 4chan generation. And Keemstar has a main line into that entire group of people, and there's loads of them. That's why he's popular. But he's also a grown man. I think at a certain point he's like, not only is he covering their culture, but he's surrounded by them. He's trying to collab with them. Like, Leafy is one of those people.
You're giving him an out, and I'm not giving him out. Keemstar is a grown man that's a bully by heart, and he uses every opportunity he can to try to make money. And if he wants a way out right now, it's because he's made his money, and he just wants to fade out into the distance, and that's what he wants to do.
I think he's been fairly open about not wanting to permanently remain doing Drama Alert. I think he's even said it on Drama Alert times.
Correct. And like if I was him, I wouldn't want to be in front of the camera. I'd want to be behind it. Have somebody else do Drama Alert, and I still have the money flight going down my alleyway.
Yeah. UK Drama Alert, starring Eddie the Chump.
It would be the most boring Drama Alert ever. Today on the internet, something vaguely interesting happened. Let's go into in-depth detail about this. They don't care. These kids, right? People that watch like YouTube and watch all these vlogging channels and all these people like Leafy and the whole Reddit boom, they don't give a fuck.
Dog, I guarantee you do a UK Drama Alert with the promotion from Drama Alert. people from the UK would watch that shit.
Well, I think that's a compliment, but I first of all, I wouldn't choose to do that. I mean, me and Kim have had this conversation, right? It's not being rude to him, but it's not something that I wouldn't want to do that. No, there's no part of me that's like, I'd want to spend my time like covering a larger community. Like, that's just no. Just the whole thing of it just doesn't appeal to me whatsoever.
Yeah, like talking about other YouTubers, I don't know.
Okay, let's talk seriously about 8 Thoughts, because I just saw a tweet live. This is like live podcast reaction. I just saw a tweet from Hutch who said, you know, all toxic YouTube channels, what they do is they reach a certain level of popularity and then they kind of spontaneously bust, right? And I think he could be talking about Kingstar, but I think he's actually talking about channels like 8 Thoughts that are like Call of Duty Cringe and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
I have to say it's kind of true. Like, there's only so far you can take shitting on other people. Like, even if they deserve it. I'm not saying that when 8 Thoughts makes Call of Duty Cringe videos, sometimes it's not warranted. You know, it's like a joke or whatever. But there's only so far you can go with that, I think.
Yeah,
the Chaos Silencer one is fucking funny because it's like, I'm talking about the one where he just breaks down the Patreon. The Patreon fucking, what is it, bonuses if you're a Patreon and you pay that certain amount is so fucking...
I don't like Chaos Silencer because like he was supposed to take the video down about being syndicate and he didn't do it.
Wings, this nigga said you get you can get your name on my wall of fame in my office.
The sad part is there's people that'll pay that just to have that up.
What the
I
fuck?
have that too.
How much does it cost, Wings?
It costs nothing. You just come show up at my house and you sign your fucking name to the wall.
Oh, don't you have
get
people
your
actually there?
name.
I do. I have
I can't-
Russia. I got Justin and I got Stan.
So 3 people came to your fucking house?
So far since I started signing the wall, I've had like 8 in total.
Then why you ain't let them sign?
I just recently started letting them sign.
You said I had. Oh, you said. Oh, okay.
Next time I'm in Conway, dude, I am so signing that fucking.
Hey, I wanted to mention something about Zord when you put all that stuff on. You like had shades on and a hat.
Oh.
I wonder if they looked like a scumbag then. Somebody was talking.
Get this guy off the show. He clearly
Calling me a lead.
You look crazy. I'm looking like, what the fuck is he doing?
I walk out in public like that sometimes.
One thing I don't like about the Chaos Silencer is, one, I feel like he rode the coattails of Minnesota Burns into success. A lot of his like big successful videos were just straight up lies. I remember like in Black Ops 2 he had a video talking about like a secret knife, and like it was just a total bullshit video.
And
like,
nobody had this video with a secret knife.
And it's like he made a hit video like talking about drama and prior YouTubes and things of that nature, putting people in bad light. And I was #1 star of the first one, so. And like he was always nice to me in my face, but he'd come behind my back and talk shit. And it's just like 8 Thoughts. 8 Thoughts is the same thing. Like he burned me one time. I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not getting burnt twice.
Yeah, to talk about people who, or talk about other YouTubers exclusively on your channel, you definitely have a glass ceiling. I think we've seen it with El Presador. We've seen it many times before. Keen
people get tired of it after a while. Like, it's mentally exhausting. Like,
how many other COD YouTubers are there? Like, you're gonna run out.
And it's a really niche thing. Like, it's just for the COD YouTuber audience. Like, you can get like, I don't know, like some of what's his 8 Thoughts' videos have got quite a lot of views. But it's like, it's not like FaZe Jev does a fucking knife unboxing and gets 300,000 views, right? It's not that level of success. It's not like, oh, you all my fans banded together to buy me the world's largest dildo, which is like $500 or whatever, and they sent it to his house. Like, that video has got so many fucking views, and it's not.
What? That's a video?
Yeah.
I thought you were just making that up.
No. That's a real video, right? That like, they just laugh at him. They send him stupid shit. They send him like knives or chilies to eat, and he's always like eating them, like nearly throwing up and stuff. And it's just vlogs, right? But he's a really popular person, so his views are, the cap on his views is like the cap on the amount of people that might find him funny, which is way bigger than the amount of people who know, like, Drifter might be in the back pocket of Activision. Like, that is a small niche audience. Like, that, it's not that big. This COD doesn't matter anymore. Sorry, but it doesn't.
I tried to watch what's his name, 8 Thoughts before, and this was like before. This was way back, and NASA was like, "Yo, you should do a dual com with this dude named 8 Thoughts. He got the deep voice like you, and he cool and all that." And then like I went to his channel, and he was like, "Cock." I'm like, I can't watch this shit.
There's a video of him in like underwear, just like doing this with his like.
Yeah, like I can't.
I'm gonna say one thing about Keemstar before we move on. He made himself a bed and now he has to sleep on it. Talking all that shit about everybody for so long, bringing props up. I know that's how he built this channel, but when it starts coming back on him, he's got to man the fuck up and deal with it.
He doesn't. No, that's funny, right? This is why I said the first thing I said is Keem is relatively untouchable. The thing is, he doesn't. He can just be like, well, you know that bed that you're talking about that I made? It's made of money, right? And I can take the bed made of money and leave, actually, and do something else and make more money in another place, or make a game and sell it, or do whatever, which is actually how he made most of his money. If you've spoken to him, he made a lot of money on that game that he made, and he can just peace out. He doesn't need.
Oh, you talking about Fortress Craft?
One of them. I don't know.
Fortress Craft money's been going a long time.
The problem is now him complaining about it is not him dealing with the bed he made. You know,
well, he's just made like one video, like people are attacking me. Like, I don't know. He could choose to.
He's losing subscribers now, but he'll gain it. There's, like you're saying,
it's blow over next.
I don't know, drama, like, you don't lose subscribers from
I've
drama
only
nowadays.
seen one person get downfall from shit like that, and that was Raw Instinct. That's the only person I've seen that had a downfall.
Basherverse.
And the dick beating dude.
Bash Uverse? Like, is he? I'm sure he's still around.
Yeah, he's around, but he was he was really popular, and then I
The
think he
dick
just had
beater on stream. He's
He's the guy that exposed Raw Instinct.
I fly.
I fly Illini. There you go.
All right, this motherfucker's getting fucking 200,000 views a video. Like, how are you saying he's got hurt? He's got 1.8 million subs. He's doing fine.
No, Wings, you're totally not representing his channel right. He's getting 40,000 views a video, and he's uploading once a week type of shit. He used to upload every
His
day
last
to get-
video has 81,000. The video for that's 73,000. The video for that's 30. Is 80, 168,
Where's
y'all
the
talking about?
200,000, Wings?
100, 200,000, 146, 150, 174,
Yeah, these are
168.
okay. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 1 month
Who
ago.
y'all talking about?
Bashuverse.
He streams a lot though, doesn't he?
I met him at TwitchCon last year, and because I saw the whole drama alert crap, about him. At least I got the fucker in the ass, which was funny. I mean, I enjoyed laughing at his pain. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. But I met him, and that guy just comes off as sleazy, just sleazy. Like, you ever met somebody, and as you walk away, you're like, ugh. Yeah.
No, but people tell me I have that effect on them.
Isn't he still with the same bitch? It's like, I'm looking at his video. Ain't that the girl he hated on?
Yeah, Clara. Yeah, I think they're still together.
Like,
They broke up and they got back together.
Clara Boney leg.
so like, she fucked his money all up, and now he's still with the bitch.
Some people don't get pussy, man. Some people can't
Well,
get bitches.
do you
Some
see this
people
guy's
don't-
videos? He's like,
And-
"Hello, Chive. It is Bashir. I'm here to rape your kids, and this is my girl Claire."
I don't think he starts out with the "I'm here to rape your kids."
I'm not gonna lie. I
I
watched.
think that's his opening line.
I was translating it to man.
Listen, watch his first ever video on that channel. It's very good. It's Minecraft, but it's very good. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Then, you could go to people's first videos and then check them out and like listen to it, and it was good.
How many videos this motherfucker got?
But what I was gonna say is, like, drama now helps you. It always helps you. But
It always
you don't-
has,
You
I
don't
think.
lose. Yeah, but you never lose subs from drama. You've always gained subs. But this, because as Eddie pointed out, there's this clique of cringe savages on the internet and 4chan and Reddit they're all the same group. And if Leafy's attacking Keem's in the triangle of cringe Illuminati, whatever. So if Leafy's attacking him, Pyro Cynical and Grade A Under A, they're all like these demographics are all the same. And if he's losing thousands of subs, this is significant. Like, I gained subs with the Call of Duty cringe, which I manipulated because I wanted, like, if you put your name, the more times White Boy 7th Street is in titles, it's better for related channels, just the algorithm. That's why I'm not, like, I don't even want to mention 8 Thoughts. Like, it's done. I got my use out of him at the peak of his relevancy after trying for 8 years, 9 years on YouTube, whatever it was. He makes a video about me because I definitely got under his skin with his low testosterone.
The best burn I ever saw you do, sorry to fanboy you a little bit, was like, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Era 6, I think, or you were like, come back to me when you've made a mill. And I was just like, like you cannot get more wrecked than that. If someone is, like, if some small chump is coming at you, like, fuck you, and he just goes, come back to me when you've made a mill. Like, there is no coming back from that. That is just dead. D-E-D, dead.
Yeah, I called him Little Homie too. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was funny.
That was mean. I didn't agree with it.
Is that bullying?
Yeah, so this is pretty significant. It will blow over, but there is news about these channels, because are they legal? Like, it's fair use, but you're not, like, you're criticizing them, but you're, like, making fun of them at the same time. I heard
don't see this any difference than, like, the tabloids.
But there's something with YouTube going on, copyright issues, fair use laws. Something's changing. I don't know.
There's a reason there's no Jordy videos on Keemstar's channel.
Yeah?
I copyright every time he uses my shit.
Just because they use your name, or, like...
Well, my name is trademarked, first off. It's trademarked. So you can't use it without paying me. Second off, if I see it, I pull a bullying thing on him. And third off, I'll do a visual claim.
Damn, the 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam. Like, he's had his channel shut down before because of me. That's why he kind of stays away.
I've talked to a few people behind the scenes. Everyone's claiming to shut down Keemstar's channel. There's literally 3 different people.
I mean,
now.
you could claim it all you want. Remember when he switched over to Freedom?
Wings was one of them. I know that.
You remember when he switched over to Freedom? What was the last video he did before he switched over to Freedom? Go back and look.
It was a Wings video, I'm assuming.
It was a Wings video.
Savage. Cringe, man. You want to talk about BlackJack?
The game or the Call of Duty? We were talking about the Call of Duty stuff.
We didn't talk about BlackJack. We talked
Call
about
of Duty BlackJack. Hold up. Call of Duty BlackJack?
Yeah, so now you can gamble crypto keys, and it's basically a Barney, like a playground. So you're on a playground playing blackjack with crypto keys to open supply drops.
This isn't real.
No, I know. I was just trying to say gambling and kids. They're trying to.
Oh right, yeah. No, I like it.
Gotcha.
There's a new specialist that you unlock for 60 minutes. Wings knows a lot more about this than me. I read the article, but you get this.
You didn't watch Big Dave's video? That's where I got my information from.
Who's Big Dave?
David Vonderhaar.
He makes videos?
He made a Call of Duty video on Treyarch where he explained the new gambling system. Basically, you have a daily, which might be 10 headshots or win 10 TDM matches or something like that, and you'll earn crypto keys based off your daily challenges. I don't know if it's going to be singular or multiples. In the video, they showed a guy getting 10 headshots and earning 10 crypto keys. All right. Then you have a weekly, which is multiples, where you can do like multiple like longer term challenges and have much bigger rewards. And then you have special contracts, which will like we've already experienced, like win 75 games and you get a automatically bribed weapon.
Get a fucking wrench.
Yeah, you'll get more of those going to roll out, and those are monthly. Like, that happens once a month. All right? So then there's adding a new character, which is Charlie from the Black Ops, like, market, like the black market, that guy there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He's called BlackJack. That's the character, and his character is BlackJack. And he has 2 modes. He has one mode called Thief, which he basically, every person you kill, you get their specialist bonus that they have right at that moment. And whichever the last one is after you charge is the one that you have. So if you kill a scythe and you get your specialist up, you'll have the scythe's weapon. Or you can go gambler, which is a defensive ability. And once gambler happens, is once it charges up, because it charges really quickly, it gives you a random ability out of all the ability classes, like kinetic armor, heat wave, active, psychosis. You get that. So that's how that works. I mean, I really like these changes. I do. I can't find any problem with them. It helps people on the long run. And it makes getting the weapons easier. So you actually might get a weapon you want.
It reminds me a little bit of definitely the COD point increase, or crypto key increase. We've been fighting for this. Like, we just need more ways to get crypto keys. It takes so long. Like, to open a rare supply drop. Oh, a wager? Forget about it. Like, we've been preaching for this for a while. Hopefully, it's in the next steps. I haven't played Black Ops 3.
How about this? How about this? You can put crypto keys up in, like, say you play TDM. You're like, what up, motherfucker? You think you can beat me? I'm gonna put 30 crypto keys up. You gonna match it? And then, like, it's like bang, they match it.
Like a certain lobby where everybody has to put like 10. Like it's
no. You can do it with singulars. Like if you have one person you're beefing with on the other team.
Okay.
And like you can each throw like a wager up of crypto keys that your team will win or beat him. That would be fucking awesome. Or like remember like in Black Ops 1 where you had like sticks and stones and shit. Like you could double down, you could put 30 crypto keys up. I think that would be fucking awesome too.
For me, the party games one, the wager matches, is the biggest one. If they did that, I would find that fun.
Oh, I would too. I'd be playing gun game a lot.
It would be the top 3 COD. Like right now, Black Ops 3 is the top 5 COD. It would be top 3 easily if they had.
But you want to have some way to do it in the main games too, because if all the crypto keys were in gun game, it would be oversaturated, and like the lobbies would be like 20,000 deep. You want to play the other games too.
I think there would have to be a certain playlist, like TDM Gambler or something, where everybody contributes 5.
I'd love that.
That'd be so nice. And then you would have to try, like, there wouldn't be these fucking trick-shotting little kids fucking around trying to get dark matter, as Wings was talking about earlier, not killing the rainbow robot, whatever.
Yeah, I'm the robot.
Here's what they do. Here's what you do. You earn 2 crypto keys every flag cap in Domination.
Dude.
And that would make me double fucking flags, I'm telling you right now. You ever played Domination and you're the only guy on B and you're killing like 4 people and still not capping the flag? Well, 2 crypto keys per flag cap, that ain't happening no more.
Nah, that would motivate everybody to play.
It could be per flag cap. It had to be per B cap.
Everybody would just play Domination.
Per enemy flag.
No, B cap, because like at that point, you got people boosting it.
I remember we would boost in one of the old CODs, like, go on the A flag, go off. There's no more boosting?
No, people will exploit any system you make.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think they would exploit... How could they exploit the high roller wager match system from Black Ops 1?
well, because technically in first, second, and third, you didn't lose all your money, did you?
No. I guess if there was some guy that was rich and was like generous and wanted to like have a chance, it wouldn't be effective way of boosting. I guess if the 3 people just commit to losing it, but they're gonna lose their crypto keys to other people, and if I don't know, you would have to have all people coordinated. It'd be really difficult. E3's coming around. I don't know if you guys got any more Black Ops 3 talk, but I'm really excited for this because I am going out with Buddy. Kelly committed last night to go as well. There's this thing called EA Play and the Battlefield Squad event. It's a 32 on 32 competition of, you could say, some of the best. It's really just YouTubers. They have Wiz Khalifa is got to be on my team, which is fucking crazy. Another guy called Zed.
Yeah, a guy that can barely rap is going to play on your Battlefield team.
Wiz Khalifa, how can he rap? He got 18 fucking albums out. What do you mean he can barely rap, Wiz?
I can tell you what he can barely do, play Battlefield, and he's going to be a sandbag on your team.
Oh, he's got to be, horrible. It's got to be, our team is so it's not a very lopsided a battle. I'm gonna actually show the people.
What if he's good?
Who knows?
I would kick Liz Khalifa off my friends list. I'd be like, dog, your rap career sucks, and so do you. You need to get the fuck off here. You sandbagging, pimp.
I don't appreciate this. They put me all the way at the fucking bottom. I probably deserve to be down there. But yeah, they invited me out, which is a really cool thing. And it's got to be the first ever game of Battlefield 1 multiplayer like that's streamed, and it's got to be like this huge reveal. On the other team, though, they have they got a lot of good people. I guess they have two of the top ranked snipers in the world. They got Level Cap, which I guess is not that good. He's just like a
top ranked snipers.
No,
that means 8 shots.
Do we need to have the conversation about Battlefield stats again, Jordy?
Yes, we
Level
do.
Cap is actually.
Do you remember my Battlefield 4 stats? Because that's pretty.
They're pretty good for a sniper.
My score per minute was pretty ridiculous.
It wasn't high as mine, but it was good.
I think it was higher, was it not? The score per minute.
We're going to check.
We're gonna have to check now.
We're going to check.
I believe my score per minute was ridiculous, and that's not sitting at the back getting a 3,000-yard headshot. That's running in your face.
Eddie,
I played a lot of that game.
we're checking right now, Chad. Hold up.
So right now they only got.
Which one you
18
want,
on
PC
18.
or PS4?
PS4.
They have 18 on 18, and there's
All
going to be
right.
60.
Eddie the Chump has 940 SPM with a 1.8 KD, and all of that with the recon class. Like he has like less than 10 hours played on the assault class, but his highest SPM class is the support class for some reason.
I think that was because I played a couple of lobbies with support on what's the fucking one that's indoors and everyone just uses LMGs. I got
yeah, the
and
gel
I decided to use an LMG or something. And just
operation
like,
line.
Yeah, because I'm at 710 SPM. Like Eddie is 200 SPM higher than me, but I am at 2.54 KD.
They need to rebalance these teams. No, let's talk about
you need
stats.
me on your team.
Are you bitching already?
No, they need to rebalance it. We have two celebrities. Unless there's some other
Let's see what
celebrities.
White Boys got on Battlefield 4.
Hold on. Are y'all gonna play on Xbox?
I'm
White Boy
pretty
has
sure
a
it's
better
PC,
KD
but I don't
than
know.
Eddie on Battlefield 4.
Well, my stats are like really because I kill myself a lot doing dirt.
You're at
bike.
184. Eddie was at 181.
Hold up. Are
Let's leave it
y'all
at that.
gonna play on Xbox?
I saw a picture from one of the community managers about they set up like
It'll be
64
PC.
PCs. So I'm
Yeah, it'll
assuming
be
it's gonna be PC.
Oh, PCs. Okay.
but
What's
yeah,
your KD since you and everybody shit? You on your friends list?
I'm looking at Battlefield 4 stats.
no. The
Oh.
only reason why I'm complaining is because all these fucking Battlefield people who came. Oh, why did White Boy get invited? Blah, blah, blah.
You
All
need
these
me and
people-
Zord's stats.
These,
I'm looking at. I'm looking at.
these people come at me and then they're gonna say you got your ass kicked, but the teams are so lopsided. I'm gonna handle my own. All right.
You don't want Zord stats
I'm
at
gonna
all.
trick shot somebody and let them know I'm a fucking beast.
Jive has the lowest SPM out of all of us, but he's at his 2.1 KD.
Including me?
Well, I didn't look
Oh,
at your stats.
okay. I was about to
What's mine?
Yours at 2.194 KD. You have a 1.8 win loss and just 486 score per minute.
Oh yeah, I just run around with a assault rifle.
ZBC 2001.
Not an assault rifle.
Taking bets over and under. Who?
I'm below 1 KD right there. Calling it.
Dude, there's a shot that I did that is on my YouTube somewhere, right? And it was done. I couldn't like. It's one of these shots that I couldn't believe I hit. I stopped what I was doing. I got my flatmates and I was like, "PlayStation, record that shit!" Like I've like fumbled. You know when you're so excited, you kind of fumble at what you're doing. I was like, "Oh my god, please record that!" We got my flatmates and everyone that I knew. I told about this shot that I hit. It was on what's the one that starts? It's called Flood Zone. Flood Zone, right? And you know the big building that people snipe off?
Mhm.
And you know there's the B flag that's like there's a small building you can get on top of?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on the small building, like in the netting, like in the walkways and stuff, and I'm trying to hit these fucking douchebags who are like up there. And they hit me and they think, I don't know why, I think they think they've killed me. I don't know why, like it just hasn't come up. One of the assault guys who's up there reviving them after I've killed them all jumps off and before he can get his parachute out, like he's literally in free form, and I'm not scoped in. I just like scope in and fire, and I hit him straight in the face. And his body like tumbles down, and I just scream like a little girl. I couldn't believe it. It's the most
in Battlefield.
It was unbelievable. Like he's like falling like at real speed, and I just hit him in the head. And I was just like, I can't believe I fucking hit that.
But
And
if you did that in COD, it would have been like, yeah.
Yeah.
My aim is just
Scrub, I'm trying to get dark matter.
Yeah, but it was just like I couldn't believe it. Like that's probably one of the best single things I've ever done in a video game.
You ever hit a crazy shot in COD and then look at the replay? Not this. Look at the real time replay and see that you really missed. Like it was really like over here and then boom. Oh, how did I do that?
I've hit like a shot, I think it was on Advanced Warfare, where I quick scoped this guy like out of the corner of my eye after killing one person, turning around and flicking and hitting him. And this is on PC. And when I watched it back after I captured it, he goes behind the wall. I hit the space where he was and he died.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, that's pretty harsh. Like he's not actually there. Like he's mad as fuck. There is that clip on Advanced Warfare though where I quick scope someone, get out my secondary, which is the machine pistol, and I spray him down. I get like 5 hit markers on him, and he doesn't die and kills me. And I just, mate, oh my god, I was so mad.
He probably was behind the wall, like, what the fuck? I was behind the wall.
He's probably like in the next map. Like he's probably in the next match, like waiting to score. You know, it's fucking retarded.
I got lucky last night on Search and Destroy. I had a guy come around the corner. He had double marshals in his hands. And he shoots both of them, and I'm like in the corner, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, pow! I'm like, oh! I flinched, and like all 32 pellets missed me. Took no damage.
Wow. He's so mad. He's so mad.
The only shot that has ever made me happy in Battlefield 4 was playing with Jordy, and he was driving the tank, and I was on the gun, and right as that one of the jets came right across. And I fired the main gun and just took the jet right out. I was like, yeah!
Yeah,
it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good.
It makes you feel great.
You know what makes me not feel good about Battlefield?
Oh, yeah. Jump out.
Scarlet missiles.
Yeah.
Jump out.
So is it confirmed that I had the highest score per minute in this?
You do have the highest score per minute, 900.
Who had the highest KD?
I did.
What was mine, 2?
You was at 2.194. I was at 2.564.
What's my score per minute, if you don't mind looking it up? Because all these Battlefield people, because I troll them and I say I'm going to trick shot in Battlefield, and then they think I don't play the objective. Like I don't know about the tickets, or I'm totally clueless.
Kelly's KD is 0.615.
Wow. Wow.
That's not funny.
White boy's got 581.92.
Okay, respectable.
Level 28, 1.849 KD.
See, now with the level 28, because people criticize me about that. I am more of a Battlefield player than these guys. I play on PC, PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Atari. I play on all the systems. And then I give up. I think we can all agree that the launch for Battlefield 4...
You have, on Battlefield,
sloppy.
You have 38 hours in total on all platforms.
You're not missing all the... You must be missing some crucial information.
You have 38 hours in total on all platforms.
No, his second name. White Boy 9th Street.
Is that a thing?
I got my PC. My PC's I'm White Boy 7th Street, but I'm not that...
It'll count it if it's in your battle log.
Yeah. How many hours do I have?
I have to check. I'm looking at my stats because, I know I'm over level 100. I got my shit bucket.
I can't remember if I made it to level 100. I think I made it
You're level 33.
on PS4.
Yes.
What's my Xbox One level?
I have to look. It's being slow.
Ew, you played it on Xbox One? What the fuck?
I got an Xbox One too.
Before
Oh
I
my
had
god.
Before I had PS4. I'm like level 90 on Xbox One, I think.
I am level 114.
And then they act like Battlefield's this super difficult game to pick up. Yes, the bullet drop's a little different, and it's confusing.
Not really on the assault rifles, though. Not really.
Yeah.
It is. It's a little different. Like the thing I learned with Battlefield is you'd never, ever go full auto with anything. Like,
Never go
There was
full
a cool
retard.
rifle, was it called the SAR 21 or something? The most accurate. You could full auto without no problem.
yeah, if you have the right equipment on.
Yeah.
But, like, movement and full auto in Battlefield's really penalized. And no, I'm not a tank whore. I get accused of this all the time. Right now, I'm looking at my stats. 70% of my kills are infantry. 29.46 are vehicles.
Can you tell me mine? What percent? I don't think.
Hey, you look at mine.
Yeah.
Give me time. All right. All right. I'm going to go look at Eddie on the Xbox One. You're level 116 on the Xbox One.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, Eddie, did you just go like this?
And you're 1.7 KD. You're 1.9 win-loss. And you have 917 score per minute.
Hold up, did Eddie just go like this when you...
No, I went. There you go. As in.
Eddie
Oh,
has
okay. I thought he was like...
Eddie has almost 250 hours played.
Fuck yeah. Fucking
days.
right.
Eddie's got a shit bucket.
I'm going to agree with someone in the chat. They said you don't need quick reactions for Battlefield, and
You don't.
yes, sometimes you do, but it's more of a game of knowledge. I feel like.
It's a game of
Using
situations because there's so many different little battles going on. It's like how you take advantage of each little battle.
This right here is score per minute to a T. Eddie has 446 hours on Battlefield on Xbox One, and he's 116. Jive has 248 hours on Battlefield 4 on PS4, and he's level 91.
Yeah. Well, it's
Jive has not got his shit bucket yet.
capping them flags, man.
Oh,
Step up your game,
as
John.
long as I kill people, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you drastically kill less people than Eddie.
What's my what's my win-loss?
1.8.
Oh, okay.
1.8, you're 1.94.
1.94. What?
I just find it. I love battle.
What's
Log.
1.94?
I mean, 2.194. It's your KD.
And
Battle
1.8,
log
so
is
I
the
win a
best
lot of
stats.
games.
You can see like what's your best gun, what's your best vehicle, what's your best kit. I love all that stuff. It's
Mhm.
great.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. And you got to factor in all my games are solo.
Battlefield win-loss is kind of
And you got to factor in that all my games are solo.
Battlefield win-loss is
And you got to factor in that all my games are solo.
we don't have to factor it in because
Yes, you
Battlefield,
do.
the only
Yes,
time you
you
get a
do.
loss is if you stay through the entire game. Like if you jump in and you're losing, you leave. You don't get.
No, you get a loss if you leave.
Mm-mm.
What's
Yeah.
So if
wait,
you
You
join
do.
playing,
we
I
can
don't
just we can prove this. What's
Because
my
it pops up on
battle.
Battlelog. You lost this game.
Because
Like,
I leave every
so.
game, even though with my 28 hours or whatever.
know. What's your Modern Warfare 2 win loss, white boy?
I don't need. It's like .0.
It must be like
0.06.
.001 or something.
He has literally. I think he has like 5,000 or 6,000 losses in that game.
No, it's there's a .0, maybe 2 zeros. There's a few zeros
Yeah,
in a point.
I think it's probably like retardedly low.
White Boy's win-loss is 1.1.
I
He's
don't
won
begrudge
46
that, though.
games and lost 41.
I don't actually. Here's the thing about that. I don't begrudge people leaving a game that's no fun. I don't do it generally. I'm not much of a. Of course, I've rage quit. I've rage quit quite a lot, but I don't do it that often. I'm more of a stay-in kind of person. But I really don't blame people. Like, I'm on my own. I'm obviously against a full team. Like, if you're just not up for it, you're not up for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't really blame people. It is a fucking game, after all. Do you know?
I think it factors in how much time you play in that game.
Yeah.
Like if you play 2 minutes and the game went half hour or something and you leave, maybe you don't get the loss. But if you play like fucking 28 minutes of that half hour and then you leave real quick, you get the loss, man.
I'm gonna point it out this way. I'm the only motherfucker here that's got a 46 kill streak with a gun on Battlefield.
I think mine's like 31. I think.
I probably got like a 10 kill streak. Cause
I had a
The thing
46.
about Battlefield
I had
is
a
that it
46 on the hard line that ended.
No, see, the thing about Battlefield, it counts. If you die and get rezzed, it carries it on.
I didn't die or get rezzed either. I was on hard line.
Oh, hardline, you could spit on somebody and they die.
Yeah, that makes it even harder to stay alive.
Yeah, but what gun were you using?
I was using the Scar H on the police side.
It's amazing how we can have the memories of these things. Like, just remember the exact moment.
I got a video of it, so I don't have to remember the exact moment. I'm like, 46 kill streak. I just dropped a Moab on Battlefield. Motherfucker's gonna hate this shit.
So that's what you've got to use, White Boy, as your fuel when you meet up with all these Battlefield elitists. Is like, I've got a friend that's got like a 46 kill streak, and he plays COD. All right, how good do you think you really are?
But to be fair,
You ain't playing COD, fam.
I want to be fair. I started out as a Battlefield player.
True.
I started out in 1942, way back in the day.
Damn, you old as shit.
I
Maybe
think
he was
Started
young
out
when
in
he played it.
1942. You old
The
as
Battlefield 1942.
Oh.
It's like 2002 ish.
Oh God, I thought you was talking about you was living in 1942 and you played the game. Wow.
I remember Jordy, speaking of him starting out and all the YouTube stuff, I went down to visit my mother-in-law at one point, and I hate my mother-in-law. But I dropped by there, and I remember going in and dropping by Jordy's house, and he's sitting in there playing World at War, and motherfucking son of a bitch! Get on the fucking B flag! It's just...
I don't think any of us can judge. I have literally screamed at my teammates.
This is before I had a YouTube channel.
This is before the YouTube channel.
I've done it when no one's watching. I'm not recording. I've done it.
It's worse. Yeah, it's worse when no one's watching.
I've done it with nobody in the house.
You be like,
Get on.
I come walking, I'm like, what's up, Jordy? He's like, motherfucker! I'm like, I just said, what's up, man?
Fucking MP40 scrubs. They get on the goddamn game. They can't use any fucking weapons. They got hands. They fucking need to get some kind of government help because they're all congregating on the video game. But they can't do it on the B flag. I can't capture B flag by myself, Kelly.
Dude, this is how he's doing it, man. Just like, I'm serious. I stood there for like 20 minutes. I'm trying to talk to him. In the middle of a sentence, motherfucker, capture the fucking B flag! What the fuck, are you guys retarded?
That's
This
not
is when
nice.
gaming was at its best, I have to say.
He was.
Dude, I've literally kicked that door.
He has.
That door, I've kicked it off the hinges playing Black Ops 1. Like, it was closed, and I just kicked it from this side and knocked it outward off the hinges.
All right. Have we spoken about this before? I don't know if we have. What game, it doesn't have to be a COD, any game, what game made you the angriest you've ever been?
Oh, fucking Mortal Kombat Deception.
Angriest.
What's this noise?
That's an odd game to get mad
Mortal
at.
Kombat Deception. I remember exactly. I was a very high-ranked player in Mortal Kombat Deception on the PlayStation 2. And this guy was in the lobby, and they didn't have microphone chat back then. All you had to talk shit with actual typing it in with like the controller. And there was this guy talking shit because he had hooked his like USB keyboard up, so he was like talking mad shit to the lobby chat room. And like I'm like, oh, you think you're fucking good, mate? You know, it's like, come at me, son. Come at a real man. Step your game up. Accept my 1v1. So he accepts the 1v1, and he's still talking shit. Because once you get in-game, you can talk on the headset to each other. And, like, so he's talking shit, and he counter-picks me. Like, in fighting games, you kind of, like, sit on somebody, and you kind of hover over them. You don't really pick. And you kind of, like, each hover over an icon, like, to let them know what match is about to go down. So I'm like, cool. I was going to be Liu Kang, and he was going to be, I think he was going to be Scorpion. This motherfucker, as soon as I pick Liu Kang, he like flips over and picks Bo Raicho. And motherfuckers that don't know this, Bo Raicho was the ultimate cheese character in Mortal Kombat Deception. He had a staff move that covered 65% of the screen and ended with a free throw. When you say the word free throw, that means the animation by the time it ends will allow the character that did it to go over to you and throw your character for free damage. He did this the entire fucking time. And he didn't beat me. He didn't beat me. It went to round 3, and I beat him with a comeback, like, fucking juggle. And he pulls his fucking cord. He pulls his goddamn cord out, giving me a loss.
Mate. I mean, that's tier 1 internet troll behavior.
Madden. I think it was Madden 2010. Online. I was winning by about 30, and if you quit, you know you lose the game, obviously. And when someone scores, like if the guy scores a field goal, he doesn't have to. He has to do the kickoff. You know, y'all know football. He got to kick the ball to me. But in Madden, I think it was 2010. In Madden 2000, I'm lying. It's 2004. I think it was 2004. This is before I started playing Madden again. Not 2010. I'm sorry. 2004. You don't have to kick the ball off. Like, I mean, you have to kick the ball off by rule, but you can take as much time as you want to kick the ball off.
Oh, right. So there isn't a time limit or something.
Yeah, so they just didn't kick the ball off. And then they had like a standoff to see who would quit first. And like I went outside and was chilling and shit like that and came back like 17 hours later. Like I came back a fucking long ass time later and he was still there. Just chilling.
I'm banning a white man 35.
So I just took the game out and broke it in half, and then bought a new one the next day.
The game that got me, and I quit because I was streaming it, was Hitman Absolution. I was like, you know what? Let's fucking do this. Put it on the hardest setting. Let's play this. And I am not the stealthiest player in the world. I believe in, blunt force trauma when it comes to fighting through stuff.
No finesse.
Fucking everything, okay? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I can't stay still.
You've got no finesse.
No, I don't at all. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I sat down. I started playing Hitman Absolution. I got about 8 chapters into it, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this game. Fucking hate this game. I rage quit it right on stream, and everybody just was like, what? And I refuse to play that game. I watch people play it because I like the story. I like what's going on in it. But fuck that game. I am never playing it again. Ever.
Physically,
Fucking ever.
Physically, it was Modern Warfare 2. I've broken a few controllers at the wall. The PlayStation 3 controllers will explode in many pieces. I was going for world records. I was rage quitting. There's a lot of things going on. Modern Warfare 2 in my life. I might have punched a wall once or twice on Modern Warfare 2. It's a stupid thing to do. It doesn't, remember there was a kid that was drinking milk? Does anyone remember this? I think it was
Yeah, I remember the kid. He's like, this game is silly. He's like drinking milk and he like punches the wall at the end of it. He's like a British kid.
Yeah. Classic video. Mentally, it's probably been League of Legends. And I haven't been playing too recently, but I'll think about it like 2 days later. I'll be like, fuck, I missed my W. And yeah, those are my games.
My worst Call of Duty was Black Ops 1.
Whenever a Call of Duty or an FPS gets on my nerves, I have this controller here that sits below my desk. So instead of throwing my controller, I just stomp on it.
What's sad is I've thrown controllers and they busted way worse than that one. And it's took multiple beatings.
It's been well beat on.
That's a good product. They should sell stress balls for gamers.
Right?
There's the game that I lost my shit the worst at, I think, is a tie between Black Ops 1. I quickscoped someone with the L96, took out my Magnum, hit them twice, and they still didn't die. I was playing in the front room at the time and was sitting on the couch. And I literally stood up and jumped up and down on the couch, screaming at the TV. Right, I'm 29, 28 at this point. I'm a grown fucking man. And that, I was so mad. I got so angry, I got lightheaded, that kind of stuff. And then there was Advanced Warfare pre-release at Liam's house. Right, Liam Orwega was another YouTuber, and he got the game pre-release. So I was going to his for a week. We were going to play it and make videos and stuff like that. Go around there, we're both playing it. He's got an extra copy for me. We're playing it, and I'm using the bar, whatever it is, whatever the fucking gun is.
Bar, yeah.
The BAL.
The BAL, that's right. And I've not taken toughness this round for some reason. I think I'm trying to use scavenger and blast suppressor to get my streaks or whatever. So right before the games come out, so the only people that are playing it are other YouTubers and playing against Allier, we're playing against Rich, we're playing against all these people. And I don't take toughness, and someone hits me with a pistol shot from across the map. and it like knocks my aim off, right? And before it's come back down from like being like view kicked, he's hit me with a headshot from like a pistol or something. And like I die instantly. And this is like the 10th hour of playing it in the day. I haven't eaten properly. I'm super fucking mad anyway. And I'm just like, there's no world in which that should happen. That is just total bullshit. Like, it is view kick. It's where view kick triggering me comes from. And I just scream no and slam. It's on Liam's stream. He's actually got a clip of it, of me screaming and like hitting the pad into his floor. And underneath his carpet, he doesn't have like wood or anything. It's like concrete. And I just obliterate this Xbox One pad into like tiny pieces. Like I press it into the hard ground as hard as I can, just smash it completely. And I'm just like, oh fuck, I've got to go buy another controller now. Like that, I was mad. Like that and Black Ops 1 were the most angry I've ever been at a game, I think. And that was fairly recently, so I can't.
Black Ops 1 was Ghost, right? Like I remember losing my voice the first week Black Ops 1 came out from Ghost.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Because you can't sound horn Black Ops 1 and everybody ran Ghost.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Like Black Ops 1, when you go back and play it now, is fun, but like people are still using Ghost now. Like, like 2016, like, people are still running it with like a silenced Galil or something.
By the way, Xbox One backwards compatibility Black Ops, totally not worth it. Play it on the Xbox 360.
PS3, even better.
Either way, play it on the original system it's designed for, because it's not a huge lag, but there is an input lag. It is there.
It feels like lag compensation they added. Something. It does.
Right.
It's not real.
You guys want to do the Patreons?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, we got Lewis. The Patreon show. Hey, guys, I was wondering if you guys could make the Patreon show available for podcast on iTunes, because I listen to them at work, but I hate draining my battery playing it through YouTube. Is it difficult? Don't worry, just an idea. We're working on that, Lewis, right now.
Yeah, we can do it. I know PK releases them like a week later on, or they used to. I'm not sure what.
Well, the way PK did is the Podbean just did it for us. We'd upload it to Podbean, and Podbean, as part of their membership, puts it on iTunes.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can do it. I'm saying, like, then everybody gets it, though. Like, so Patreons would get it as well as people searching the Patreon show or the podcast show. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. So, Claws of Claw asks, which animal would you rather die from, a crocodile or a bear?
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's horrible.
That is a horrible choice, but I'm going to go out first and say I'd rather die from a bear.
I'll try to fight a bear. Yeah, I would.
Because I feel like I would have a better chance versus a bear than a crocodile. Because
they like break your like.
Hold up, you're gonna die from either one of them.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm thinking like I'm going to die regardless. But like I would feel better dying from a bear, because at least I'd have the illusion. I would know everything that's going on. 1, I'd be able to see the bear. 2, I'd be able to see the ground. 3, I'm in an environment I'm more capable of defending myself in. Whereas a crocodile is black water. You can't really see him. You don't know what's going on, and he's swooshing around.
They grab you and roll.
Yeah, and they crush your pelvis and shit. It's horrendous.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd go for the bear. I'd go for the bear.
If it was a chance of surviving, I'd go with the crocodile.
You're more likely to survive a crocodile attack than you would a bear attack. But like crocodiles like to attack in packs, whereas bears don't.
Yeah.
It's easier to elude like a crocodile than a bear.
Well, it depends. Is the crocodile in like the middle of a UFC ring, or are we like fishing and then?
Why the fuck would it be in the middle of a UFC ring?
That is a valid point. If we're facing a crocodile on land, I'd rather fight a crocodile on land than a bear.
You can just hold their mouth shut, can't you?
Right. You could take like your shirt off and throw it over their eyes, and they'll go to sleep because they're dumb.
Wings would just need to do one good jump on them.
I'm dead serious. Like literally, you can take your shirt off, throw it over their eyes, and they'll just stand there with their mouth open, and you could like take their back.
They'll go to sleep because they're dumb.
They are.
So they do. There's animals that have like automatic responses like that. Like you hold the back of a cat, it'll just go limp.
Yeah.
Ultimate fighting crocodiles.
Dolphins kill sharks by flipping them over.
Totally armed with just bare hands, because you ain't hurting a bear with your hands. You ain't hurting a crocodile neither, but at least you can put it to sleep.
Well, if I have to die, it probably would be the bear. But if it's a chance of getting away, it'll be the crocodile.
A bear would kill you very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Although
like
a
jump,
crocodile has the third hardest bite of anything in the world or some shit like that.
It's like 70
It's a
miles an
crazy amount
hour.
of pressure.
That's a wonderful question, though. I might have to ask that one to Gangstagram.
no, either of us, like, look, you just jump on a crocodile, you can fuck it up, right? Like,
Fuck.
all your weight.
If you take a crocodile's back, you pretty much got him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, see, a human's more likely to beat a crocodile in hand-to-hand combat than a bear. But like a bear, I don't know. Like I just picture, I fear crocodiles or alligators. In my case, I fear them so much. I'm afraid of going into black rivers because of them. Because like you see people getting their arms bit off and shit like that, and like they're just big dinosaur-like creature, and it's
Yeah,
like
they're a dinosaur.
They are a dinosaur.
yeah.
I would say they are a dinosaur.
And like they're scary as all hell. Even when you see them like sunbathing, they're just creepy looking things.
Yeah, they're not great.
They look like D&D monsters. They really do.
Yeah, there's something primal, isn't there, about the fear of a reptile or something.
And like the fact
Having
that
said that, though, you would rather fight a crocodile than a Komodo dragon. You are fucking dead.
right.
Yeah.
But they're poisonous like to the
Yeah,
touch.
Komodo dragon could like poison you with that shit. Like touch it.
I don't think they're poison. I think they just have
They
so
are
much
poisonous.
bacteria in their mouth that causes.
Poison, bacteria, whatever.
Well, technically, Jive, poison and bacteria are different.
Yeah.
The 1%.
The 1%! People have been waiting for it.
Anymore?
Hold on, did y'all see that video? Like it was like a something that picked up the alligator. It was like a cougar or like a leopard.
Yeah, I did see this.
You saw that? I didn't know they, went by water and fucked with alligators. Like, you know that? I didn't know that.
They compete for prey, don't they? Because they're fighting for like
Why
zebra.
does this motherfucker want me to replace? Fuck you.
Well, he wants you to be replaced with only use me Blade.
Oh hell, we want
I
to talk
vote
that
for
story.
Blade. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. Yeah,
Well,
we can
Blade
talk-
asked me to talk to him, and I'm like, I gave him the response like, if you want to talk, you gotta come on the show, son. I don't do shit for free.
I did not forward that message to him. So
How
maybe-
did he get in contact with you? Oh yeah, okay.
You know, the messages was not forward, so here it is. Like, if you want to talk it out, you gotta come on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but apparently it was his roommate who did the.
No, I did. I said it could have been easily because I remember talking to him and him saying like he had to get serious with his.
I'm pretty sure Jive didn't Jive find out it was his roommate because he tweeted you back.
Well, when he was on the show, he said that he did mention like he didn't say why, but he said that he had to like he couldn't have his flatmates on his fucking stream because it was his living and they nearly fucked it up for him and stuff. So maybe he was assuming that we knew.
Well, this is the information I got. If you look at the picture, the font was different in like everybody's writing. They said it was Photoshop. Like Blade's font was like bold, impact. You know about fonts, impact. Blade's font was basically impact, and like the other fonts was like Arial and shit like that. And one guy, remember I said I know this guy like in the chat.
Yeah.
Remember I said that? I was like, I know this
you
guy
recognize what
familiar. He was like, what the fuck? Why am I in this chat? I could confirm that you didn't write that. Like, because I know he would have been like, Job, what the fuck? Blade went crazy. Like, he would have told me or something. Who said Eagle suck? What the fuck?
Have we got any more
That would
pictures?
be a true statement, though.
The hell wrong with that guy? Right, Wings? Won't that be? That's crazy.
So the last one comes from Brandon Thomas. So an idea of what's said on the Patreon, whatever they went. So an idea that was said on the Patreon show, whatever that went, was to have a random Patreon on the Patreon show. You used to have a perk for an hour-long Skype call with you guys, which never happened. And I think this is a good replacement if you guys are up for it. I've been a Patreon since the beginning, and I think you guys can check how long. And I've watched every podcast so far. This show is great, and I love you, everyone, personally. Now, riddle time for the first one is for White Boy only, which is heavy. Which is heavier, 100 pounds of rocks or 100 pounds of feathers? The second one is for everyone besides the one reading it. Sam has two sons, one named Nathan and Daniel. His two sons named Nathan and Daniel. Daniel is 5 years older than Nathan, and Daniel was born on February 29th, 1996. How old is Nathan?
Okay, for my question, I'm going to say 100 pounds of rocks is technically heavier. I get it, 100 pounds versus 100 pounds. You're trying to trick me, rocks versus feathers. Rocks are more solid. But a rock is going to be more dense than feathers. Feathers are going to be very out there, so the gravitational force...
They both weigh 100 pounds.
Yeah, they're being measured by the same device. Density
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is obviously a trick question.
White boy's about to talk about them dropping.
No.
Yeah, there's drop. Well, actually, on the moon, they both dropped at the same size. But I think the gravitational, if you would measure both of these in space, I'm serious about this. If you measure them both in space, the rocks would be heavier, technically.
I think what you're trying to say is the feathers are more susceptible to wind resistance.
No, wind has nothing.
I'm so confused. They both weigh 100 pounds. There's more feathers than there are rocks.
They weigh 100 pounds. It's 100 pounds on Earth. You take it to space and weigh them. The density of the rock is going to be a little bit, because feathers are.
Depends how densely packaged they are. It depends on too many things that aren't here.
No, what are you going to pack the feathers in space?
But the question isn't how much they weigh in space. The question
how much they weigh. What do you mean?
Which one's heavier?
Why is it
100 pounds of rocks, 100 pounds of
Why is it on Earth?
feathers?
they're the same weight. The trick is that they're the same weight.
They're the
They're
same,
the same weight, but what is heavier?
They're both the same.
All this that went on, I forgot our damn question.
Yeah.
All right. The
Someone's
second
son
question
is
is:
more important. I don't care.
Sam has two sons named Nathan and Daniel. Daniel is 5 years older than Nathan, and Daniel was born on February 29th, 1996. How old is Nathan?
15.
He's one.
What?
They're both born on the same day. February 29th is a leap year, which happens once every 4 years. So technically, he's 1 or 2. I don't know if you count the first year.
Oh,
Only happens once every 4 years.
Technically, let me
he's
break this down.
15.
Just because your birthday's on a day doesn't mean you're still that much older.
Yeah, if you're 20, if you were born on the 29th,
I said
May
1
1st,
because
you celebrated on May 1st.
I heard 5 years, and I thought
whatever.
one of them was 5
March,
years.
I mean.
Whatever.
No, I mean, well,
it's a leap
technically,
year divided by 4.
Daniel was born on a leap year. So the leap year usually celebrate a birthday on the 28th of March 1st. They don't skip 4 years because their birthday's on a leap year.
Yeah, they go March 1st, 29th or March 1st, whatever.
You know, that's how that usually works. So he would just be as old as that. So he'd be like around 20 years old. So Nathan would be like 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, it depends
And
who was carrying the rocks.
A birthday.
We need to put technically.
How many times you have revolved around the sun? So we would have to figure out, exactly how many times the distance that they have during the year. No, fuck
We
that.
would have to figure out exactly how much I care, which I
That's
can.
right.
Quick calculation, none. There we go.
Wait, and if he lives in the basement, time
But
goes
technically,
slower in the
white boy-
basement. He's the younger brother, so he's got to live in the basement. And the basement, you age slower because you're closer to the Earth's core.
Hey guys, is this live?
Yeah.
Technically,
No,
it is,
this isn't
but
live.
technically, it's also not.
This is recorded.
That's
This is
what- yeah.
Pre-recorded response to anything in the chat that you might ask.
It's Safford. It's pre-recorded.
All right. Since we got 8 minutes left, I don't know if Eddie can stay for another 8 minutes.
I have one thing I want to say before anything else. There's this game recently came out called Dead by Daylight, and it's basically the Friday the 13th. I mean, I know they're making a Friday the 13th game right now, but these folks came up with something that's made by the folks who made Payday, which might turn some people off. But I've been having a blast playing it. Basically, you got the killer, and then up to 4 survivors, and each survivor has to turn on a generator. And once they have a certain amount of generators turned on, they can escape. Killer's job is to go around, grab them, hang them up on a hook, and sacrifice them. And I think this would be fun to play when it comes out with you guys.
I think it'd be
That's a
fun to
great
play
idea.
too. Yes, it'd
Sounds
be
like a great
it'd be a good gaming thing, something to like play with your friends and then cut up the best parts.
It
Well, I
sounds
mean,
gay.
I think it would be a fun podcast show episode.
It sounds gay.
Maybe we should contact them. Maybe we should contact them and maybe see if we can get some review copies.
I'm going to. I already
Yeah, but
one of
I'm
my
watching people play it.
I will have to go in a moment. So what we do need to do is, Kelly, can you promote the T-shirt thing that you wanted to do? Can you do
absolutely.
our shilling for us? You are the resident guy to help us with this.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check out the new podcast show, well, it's not a new podcast show. The podcast show T-shirt shop. I just dropped it in the chat. I'm going to drop it a couple more times. Check it out. Pick up your one. We're going to be working on the Jive Paws shirt here soon.
The Jive Pulse shirt is coming, and I just had the idea to do a white boy, but technically that.
Oh God!
And everybody hates me, so buy your shirts, right, and burn them shits on camera and tweet it to us.
Buy as many as you can, guys. As many as you
If
can.
you happen to be transgender, you should buy the shirt and wear it just to piss them off.
That's right.
No, don't worry.
Especially you're a fan of cats.
Don't
You really
wear
like
it.
cats. Other things.
You should buy a Jive Paul shirt and have cats in a picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
With your transgender partner.
I will block them motherfuckers.
I always thought we should have like a Jive shirt that has like him kicking a cat with like an Eagles logo on his shoe.
Kicking a panther.
Let's see how it is. Right. What was the last thing you wanted to talk about,
So
Jordy?
I was going to talk about that's not something else. Guns Blazing made a good thing. A lot of people have come to me and says the shot we're using doesn't offer 4XL, which they do make them because they gave me one.
They do. I'm going to get on them about making sure that is a possibility for them.
Because I know at least 3 people that wanted to buy shirts, but they didn't offer the size.
Kelly, get on it.
I will get on it. They have been kind of not very helpful of recent, and I'm going to get on it or find somebody else to do it for us, because if you're not going to be, helping me out on what we want for the show, then there's somebody out there that would love our business.
All right, so what I wanted to talk about is a little bit of American politics. We got to have a little bit. So California recently happened, and we now have our 2 nominees, which are Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Rock and Mrs. Hardplace, I believe they're called.
Yeah, Mr. Rock and his hard place.
AIDS or cancer?
And Bernie is contemplating an independent run.
No, that's gonna make Trump win.
That's going to make Trump win.
Hell yeah, that's what we need. We need
Like, what
Bernie.
is
No,
your opinions on this?
we need Bernie to run to send a message to the billionaires, the 1%, and their income has went up like 114% over the last few years. I just saw some statistic, and then the bottom 99%'s income has went down. Bernie needs to run. We need Trump, the businessman. We need that fucking wall above everything. We just need the wall. I don't
You
care if
believe
the
in the
wall
wall?
is running by itself. I would vote for that.
Now, let me ask you this question, White Boy. When the wall's built, that's 33 feet high, do you put 8 thoughts on the outside of the wall?
We put a lot of solar panels on it.
Oh,
Are you
White-
talking
white
about
boy
the
would-
north wall or the south wall? Which one are we talking about?
White boy would be scared to get
You in
near that
Canada?
wall. White boy would be scared to get near that wall if 8 thoughts was there.
Destroy 8 thoughts. He's got so low testosterone. He's an old brittle man. It's going downhill rapidly for him.
Isn't his wife a mail order bride?
No, his wife's Asian.
I thought his wife was a mail order bride.
Mm-mm.
Oh well,
It's Russian girls usually.
that's true. Good point. Good point.
It's either Russian or Middle Eastern. We usually get mail order brides.
I would put a lot of solar panels on that wall. We would generate enough money, and Mexico's got to pay for it too. That's the best part of it, and we're gonna make
Would you
jobs.
dolphin dive off the wall for a skip?
At 33. I mean, if we have padding,
Yeah, padding.
yeah. If there's padding and stuff, I would do it. That'd be
I
fun.
wondered this: like, what do you think Trump's answer to Puerto Rico is going to be?
No. Whatever they answer, no. What, the debt that they're in?
Whatever
though?
it is, I'm against it.
What are you talking about, Jack? Wings? The big debt they have?
All
They
right.
didn't pay.
Puerto Rico has a huge debt because of the way they're structured. They're not considered a state; they're considered a territory of the United States.
Commonwealth.
Same thing. Commonwealth. They're technically we own them, but at the same time we don't want to give them states' rights. So
Of course, they're brown, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
yeah, they're
There's a bunch
brown.
of white folks. They're
But,
great in there.
But to get people to move to Puerto Rico, they made it a tax haven. So people like pharmaceutical companies, places like Google and other places, I don't know if Google specifically, but companies like Google would move out there to get a bigger tax break and have their headquarters in Puerto Rico. Well, recently in 2006, we closed those tax loopholes, and all the factories decided, well, I don't want to live in this shitty island without my tax loopholes, and they moved out. So instead of fixing the problem then, they started having people buy bonds. And bonds were basically Wall Street bonds were basically you buy this certain bond, and it wasn't taxed on 3 different levels. It wasn't taxed on federal income, state income, or you wouldn't have to get taxed when you brought it out. Because usually when you have bonds, you get taxed all at once when you pull them out, like a 401k. So this happened, and they got all this money, and this is how they ran their basic services, like the police, school, and that's recently dried up as well. So, like, now they don't have money for schools, police officers. They don't have any industry, so they can't pay any of this, and they don't have the same states' rights as, like, a place like South Carolina or North Carolina. And they're in trouble, and all the people of Puerto Rico are suffering because of it, because their government's been run really, really, really badly for the last 30 years or so.
I think we give them Bernie Sanders. Like, if he's not going to be our president, maybe he can help down there. Or we get rid of South Carolina or West Virginia.
You think this is Trump?
All right, which state would you drop? Which state would you drop? If
Dakota.
there was a state's draft, you know, a lottery, a relegation. Say a state was relegated. You had relegation in your states. The worst performing states got relegated to Commonwealths or whatever, and the best performing Commonwealths became states. Who would be relegated first?
I think we would make the Dakotas a single unit. If you want to talk shit about a state, though, I mean, oh man.
This is what Trump does. So Trump's answer is he's going to send him Bernie Sanders. We're going to send in Bernie Sanders. We're going to socialize that country, and then when it fails, we're going to realize how good, you know, the conservative message is. That's the standpoint.
I like that.
Is that what he actually said?
No, that's not what he actually said. I'm making this up on the cuff because White Boy said that's. That would seem like something a Republican would do. Send him into a country that's in spiraling debt, have him try to implement a program that has no money to work and begin with, and then prove it would never work.
See, it failed.
It failed. You know, you see it all the time. Like, communists never succeed. I'm like, well, unless you count that China owns most of America and that we lost in Vietnam, I guess it doesn't succeed, does it? You know, because those are 2 socialist countries. Well, they're communist countries, but that's a really extreme form of socialism.
It was much more like totalitarianism as well.
Right. Yeah. Regardless, but like it never works. Those countries never work on a big scale. But we've lost a war to one, and we're owned by another.
Could we get rid of West Virginia? Because I feel like the Carolinas are kind of different, and they were original colonies.
Yeah, West Virginia is a state I'd drop to. Either that or Delaware.
I mean, make them into the same state.
Just make Virginia and West
we need
Virginia
50
one big
states.
state.
There's no way we're going to have 51 states.
What if West Virginia don't want West Virginia? Maybe that's the reason it's a state. Because, like, this is where we put all our dumb people. Can we make it another state?
Well, actually, technically, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia are still commonwealths. They're not actually states.
They're states.
No, they're actually still known as commonwealths.
But technically,
you're wrong. We only have 46 states.
All right. I'm going to have to go. Let's close out the show. So, who wants to say thanks and everything? And this was episode whatever. I suppose I'm doing it. Thanks.
And we ain't saying thanks to these motherfuckers.
Y'all.
They always be
No.
bitching.
Thank you to the Patreons. We really appreciate the
thanks,
support.
man.
Thank you to everyone who's watching. Thanks to everyone on the podcast show. You're all fucking awesome. This was episode 62, I think, or 63. One of them. There we go. It was a great time.
Over a year, motherfuckers.
Yeah, over a
Eddie,
year.
they be bitching though, man.
They always bitching, but they keep coming back. That's what I'm saying. They know where their bread's buttered. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.